go to Facebook Live, and you can watch us on Facebook. So if you do have time to hit a Facebook page, watch us live. You can also go to YouTube, watch us live.
And if you're close by, you can really watch us live and all the other folks that are here by coming over to this location on Washington Road.
Yes. Oh, that's a good, great suggestion. If someone is in this area, come on by. This for the Mustang and Ford car show that we're having today, Gerald Jones Lincoln on Washington Road. That's 4333 Washington Road. Now, we're also taking questions, and you can ask the car question, or you can just join in if you want to talk about Mustangs or Fords or any other car. Just give us a call. That number, 800-224-9090, and that's on any Saturday morning from 8 to 10. I mentioned that we'll have some guests here. Jim,
that's right.
We have a guest.
We got our housekeeping out of the way. What's next?
Yeah, we do. We have Steve Pruitt here. And Steve is with the CSRA Mustang and Ford Club, and he has been a member there since 1994. And he has a 94, this is 94 GT convertible. And he was a president, former national, not just president, national president of the Mustang Club. Steve, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here this morning.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on today.
Well, this is our annual Mustang and Ford show. We typically have it at the dealership here. We've had it over in the Lady A Park a couple times, but we've invited cars. We've got cars coming from all over Atlanta, Savannah. Should be rolling in here. I think registration is open until noon today. So if you've got a Ford or a Mustang, come on down, and we'd love to display you and show you off to the rest of the world with our cars.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting to see a lot of these club meetings or car shows that we have, because it'll start out to where you just have a number of cars, and they have a whole line of Mustangs and other cars along the back. But the parking lot looks like there's not much activity, but it's crazy how it all just comes to life in a short period of time.
Absolutely. We like I said, we do this once a year. And we invite cars from all over the southeastern United States. We advertised our show in the Mustang Times, which is the official publication of Mustang Club of America. So we got the word out pretty good. So hope to see some folks from Asheville, Savannah, Atlanta, and places around.
So I see on your show flyer that you're a regional group of the Mustang Club of America, and that this chapter has been in place since 1986. That's quite a while, isn't it?
Yeah, that's quite a while. It was originally the charter was originally applied for by a group of enthusiasts over in South Carolina. A few of them are still active in the club, but our primary membership comes from the Aiken, Augusta area around here. And like I said, we've been in business since '86. I've been in the club since '94. I'm probably the oldest member that's in the club from the original members that were in that joined.
Well, that's
early.
okay. You probably don't look like you're the oldest.
Probably not. And as Aaron mentioned, I've been involved with the Mustang Club of America, the national organization, for since 2000. I've been on the national board of directors, and I've served a total of 8 years as the national president of the Mustang Club of America.
That's a big deal, because I know that's a large organization.
Absolutely, we're nationwide and worldwide. We have chartered, we have regional clubs in South America, Europe, Mexico, you name it.
And I see the show sheet here. I was reading this, getting ready as best I could. It looks like you got a lot of classes you're going to judge today, and it looks like there's 3 winners in every class.
Yes, depending on the number of entrants in each class, we're projecting 3 in each class. If you only got one person in the class, of course, you won't have 3. But
you don't get 3 trophies because you're the only one.
Right, and we've got 2 best of shows, one for Mustangs and one for other Ford cars and trucks.
Good.
What's this vehicle coming in here? Whoa, look at that.
Well, let's see here.
It's a Roush.
That's a Roush.
I said that wrong.
You said it wrong. That's a Roush.
Okay.
So I hear people call them Roushes. They're not Roushes. They're Roushes. Jack Roush would be really upset to hear somebody call his vehicles Roushes.
And that is a beautiful vehicle there.
Absolutely. They take a stock GT and they add the Roush modifications and enhancements to it.
So that leaves the factory, goes to them. They do what they got to do, and then it gets brought to the dealer as a final stop.
That's correct.
Yeah. Much like
would
many.
Would you agree that I think of the Ford Mustang, now this is just my opinion looking at it from a person who loves cars, but I don't necessarily have a Mustang, but one of the things that has made the Mustang so very popular is not the look of it. Whether it looks great, I love the car, but the sound. It is just unbelievable.
Well, the sound for years was limited strictly to the V8 cars, but the V6s now, and even the four-cylinder cars, they put an awesome exhaust system on them, and they all sound good.
But
now.
you can still tell the difference.
You can tell the difference. When you hear a Mustang go by, whether you see it or not, you know it's a Mustang just from the exhaust.
And you can tell oftentimes which engine's in it
That's
from the sound of it. It's still just a
correct.
difference.
Yep.
And that may be by design. I don't know.
Ford has put a lot of time and effort into their exhaust system sound.
Yes.
And they know that it turns heads and it means a lot to the enthusiast.
Well, they did that well because I love that sound.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Now-
so when you're going to register folks until noon, and then we're going to have judging happen after that, and you're here until when?
We will probably give the awards away between 3 and 4, but we'll be judging from 12 to 3.
Well, good. And the weather has cooperated beautifully after a rainy week. What a great day.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't ask for a better day. And do want to mention, too, that the show itself is open, free to spectators. So, yeah, whether you've got a Ford or a Mustang or not, come on down and look at some of the cars and chat with us for a
And
little
there's a
while.
bunch here for 8 o'clock in the morning. You know there's got to be plenty more coming. When they woke up this morning and saw the sun shining, you're going to have a lot of at-the-door registrations today.
Yeah, I had one call about 8 o'clock this morning. The gentleman asked me if the show was still going to go on. I said, absolutely.
Rain or
It's a
shine.
Beautiful sunshiny day, and we're going to enjoy it all day. Come on down and talk to us.
Wow.
Well, we got about 30 or 40 seconds, so I wanted to ask you if someone wanted to join the Mustang Club and they were listening from another area, they're not able to come to this show, they're listening Texas, New Hampshire, somewhere. Where would they find a Mustang Club near them?
The best thing to do is to join the national organization, Mustang Club of America. And on our website there, all of the regional clubs and their locations are listed.
Along with their calendar,
everything.
Everything's there.
If you join the Mustang Club of America, you can go to the website and find a local regional club in your area and join them too. And we encourage everybody to be a part of both organizations.
Got a big deal in Cartersville, Georgia, coming up in another couple of months, don't you?
Yep. Sure do.
So,
Well, Steve, I really appreciate it. Appreciate you helping us to kick this thing off. I'm looking forward to seeing everything happen. It's just going to be so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful weather. Want to encourage everyone again. Come on out if you can, if you're in the area. If not, watch us on Facebook or listen to us now.
yeah, and if you can't come, just wish you did. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll be right back. But if not, you can go to Facebook and see the show live. And we got some activity out there. Cars are starting to come in. And the show actually hadn't even started yet. It'll be an hour or so before it actually starts. But the Mustangs are starting to arrive. This is the beautiful part of a car show when you see them start.
That's right. So
riding in.
if you can come over here, pull your F-150 out of the field, come on. Registration is till noon. If it's a Ford, you can get it in here. Otherwise, if you don't have a Ford of your own, you can come to the location here on Washington Road at the Lincoln dealership and join in.
Yeah, you absolutely do not have to have a Ford to come join in and have some fun. It is just so much fun to see these cars. We're also taking car questions, and that number to call is 800-224-9090. If you have a question about your car, your truck, or your SUV, you give us a call. Or if you just want to talk about Mustangs or just have a tip you want to share with somebody, give us a call. The main thing is just join the show because it's so much fun with you involved in it. So give us a call. Okay, we do have a tech tip quiz that I had last week, and nobody answered it.
I don't know why, because the consequences of winning are so tremendous.
All
You have to do is go look on Facebook,
Yeah,
and you can see the picture of what the C&C bling looks like.
yeah. Oh, that is true.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about what you did.
We were in Colorado with my family, and we had enough C&C bling with us so that everybody wore the hat, the T-shirt, and had the mug. And just to let you know that the C&C bling looks good coming and going, there's a picture facing the camera the way the producer would like us to do. And then there's another one backside. So go look at that so you can see what's at stake to get a right answer.
Yeah, that's at C&C Auto Show on Facebook. Those pictures are there. And also, while you're there, go ahead and give it a like, give it a follow it, and that way you'll get notifications when these shows are about to begin.
Yep.
And you can have your own deal, a bling party. by winning. This will be a good start by
That's right.
winning this Tech Tip quiz. All right, here is the question that we have. I'm gonna bring this one out of the refrige
Out of the archives.
Yeah, it's gonna have to come out.
It's not a rerun. They call them encore presentations.
Well, actually, we had the Tech Tip quiz last week, but nobody answered
That's
it.
right. Encore.
So we have not ever had an answer to this one. And so with this, we're going to pull it out of the refrigerator, and we're going to lay it out on the table, and we're going to all share this one. And the question is, Robert had a great weekend planned. He left work early in Franklin, Tennessee on Friday. He got his canoe loaded on his 2020 Tahoe, and he had planned to meet his friends a few hours away. Then his accountant called and said he had to sign some tax papers at his Nashville office. He signed them on time, and he did not pay a penalty and did not have to pay his accountant. So no charges there, but it ended up costing him over $1,000. Why did it cost him over $1,000? If you know the answer to today's Tech Tip quiz, you give us a call. All he did was took a detour. And boom! Next thing you know, $1,000.
Yeah, a lot swirling around on that one.
Yeah, a lot of swirling around. But if someone does know the answer, they can give us a call and get that. We are starting to line up more and more cars on these Mustangs that we have here. We've talked about the event just a little bit that we have. And we will be talking about some of the history involved in the Mustang and other Ford products as we go. And they're still setting up tents. They're still and the drivers of the cars are all putting their lounge chair, not their lounge chairs, but their chairs out beside their cars, waiting to start a beautiful day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you talk about the history of the Mustang, and when we took the trip out west, we visited my aunt and uncle who lived in the Nashville area. And when I was, I guess, 7 years old, 6 years old, right around there, he had that new Mustang. And for some reason, now I can tell you, I don't remember what my grandparents were driving. I know what my dad was driving. But for some reason, that car was so iconic and still is today that 1964-ish, whichever year he actually had, stamped in my brain. I can still remember it parked in front of his house. So that's a sign of a iconic car at a launch. When all those years ago and you're that young, it makes an impression on you. And I just think it's gone just strongly ever since.
Oh, it has. It's and again, a lot of it has to do with just a beautiful vehicle, and a lot of it has to do with the sound of the vehicle that is there. It's all tied together.
Yeah, and a lot of those back then were straight six engines. They weren't making much noise, but they had the look. The pony car, man.
Who do you feel like was credited with the design of the Mustang? The original Mustang.
I don't know. Are you going to tell me?
I'm going to tell you.
All right.
Okay. I knew this part of it, but I really did a little bit of research. I looked to be sure that I was accurate on some of the details. The original Ford Mustang was designed by a team led by Lee Iacocca, and he was the general manager of Ford at that time. And so that's an amazing little deal there.
Yeah, he did a lot of things after that, but that's probably a centerpiece.
Yeah, I think that is. Okay, we will be back shortly. We have a guest. I don't have his name in front of me yet.
Yeah, we need a minute or two to walk around and come back to you.
Yeah, we're going to walk around. We're going to look at some cars. And as soon as we return, we're going to go to Tom Petrick, and he is the club president.
Serious.
And we'll be talking to him, getting some information about the Mustang CSRA Mustang Club.
And he'll tell you about his car, too. We're not going to tell you now. Let him tell you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's going to be a great one to talk about.
Good.
Okay, we'll be right back. And we are back with you with the C&C Auto Show, and we were live here at Gerald Jones Lincoln here on Washington Road in Evans, Georgia. And there's Mustangs starting to come in. They're filling in, and we are having a great time. For those in this area, you can come visit. It runs until 4 o'clock today. If you're not and you're listening, we'll describe the cars, we'll describe what's going on, but also you can watch us on Facebook Live. That's C&C Auto Show Facebook Live. And we are here with, well, we got co-host Jim Pate here.
Still
and
standing.
Also, we have the club president, Tom Petrick, and he is the president of the CSRA Mustang Club. Tom, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm so thrilled that you guys decided to make our show where you wanted to broadcast from this Saturday.
Yes, we wanted to in the beginning. I think at first we were already booked to go to the Augusta Aviation Airport, and they moved theirs a few weeks from here, from a few weeks away. So now we were able to be here, which is great, and beautiful weather.
Day. It's so comfortable and cool here for normally a hot day.
Absolutely, because we were worried about having the show in June, because normally we do our show in May, and for various reasons we ended up going in June, and we were a little concerned about being too hot, but man, we just got lucky this week.
It's beautiful.
The rain went away, and we just got a perfect day out here today.
Yep.
I love the smell of a Mustang in the morning.
And there's a couple. They sound great. Pipes on some of these Mustangs are just awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the judging process that they have here. How will they be determining which one wins from which class?
Sure. So first of all, we've got 11 classes. I'm going off the top of my head here, but I believe 9 of them are different, various years of Mustangs as they group by their heritage kind of thing. And then we have an open Ford class. And from a judging standpoint, of course, we're affiliated with the Mustang Club of America. And Mustang Club of America has their unique set of judging standards. And that's what we use. We're going to use basically what they call occasional driven class, which is a car that most people will drive, but they pamper their baby. Like my baby doesn't come out in the rain,
or in the pollen months,
or in the now we do have to have shows in the spring.
Uh-huh.
So, but we don't judge. We don't take off for pollen.
All right.
Most of the occasional driven classes, it's based primarily on how you maintain your vehicle.
They're not as picky, though.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. No, that's
because they know it's being driven every day.
There's a class for daily driven.
Uh-huh.
And that one is a little more relaxed as well. But the occasional driven, I mean, they'll go from the one end of the car to the other, interior, exterior, under the hood. And it's looking at the way you maintain your vehicle.
Uh-huh.
So it may not be the most expensive Mustang out here that wins today, but it sure be the one that's best maintained by their owner.
Yeah, and I'm sure, particularly as the car gets older, stock, factory, accessories, equipment, that plays into it as well as condition?
It does in certain classes.
Okay.
So when the Mustang Club of America does their shows, there'll be like a thoroughbred class. Well, they know every nut and bolt, and they'll go down and anything that's been modified.
They know.
There'll be modified classes, so they will go through all of that as well. But because, we're expecting somewhere between 50 and 75 cars today, there's not enough cars to have that many classes, so we're just basically treating all the vehicles today as an occasional driven class and using those occasional driven standards to judge the cars today.
Yeah. Tom, one of the things that we do during the show is, of course, we answer phone calls.
Sure.
And we have a caller.
Okay.
And you join in with us.
Sure.
As far as this part of the show. And we are going over and talking to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, welcome to the C&C Auto Show. And what can we help you with?
I'd like to take a stab at the tech tip.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, the tech tip quiz. Hold on. We have to put you on stage before we do that. Elizabeth, be still. Don't. Okay. All right. Calm down. All right. Now, here we go. We are going to read the tech tip quiz. And the question is, Robert had a great weekend planned. He left work early so that he could get in. He left work early in Franklin, Tennessee on Friday. He got his canoe loaded on a 2020 Tahoe. He had planned to meet his friends a few hours away. Then his accountant called and said that he had to sign some tax papers at his Nashville office. He signed them. and he did not have to pay the accountant. He did not have to pay a tax bill, and it cost him over $1,000. So why did it cost him $1,000? Elizabeth, all eyes are on you.
Well, I did not listen last week, so I don't know if this answer was guessed. But I tell you, if this guy is anything like my brothers, he saw something by the side of the road like a classic car or a classic old tractor, and he had to have it, and he knocked on the door and got the person to sell it to him. So I think he spent his money on something like that.
Well,
And I've seen that. I've heard about that happening.
you have heard about that happening.
Quite often.
Elizabeth, I tell you what we're gonna do. It's gonna be. I'm gonna drop a hint.
Because I don't know the answer.
You can drop. I'm gonna drop a hint, and it will be absolutely fine if you call back, because we have to make it fair. But the hint is laying in the part to where he said he had to load his vehicle. So for right now, if our producer will get ready,
We might have to do it.
let's do it.
We
You
don't
ready?
want to.
Hey, hold on,
Sure.
Tom. You've
No
got to
problem,
join.
guys.
When somebody does not get the tech tip quiz, the producer is supposed to have a crowd that he signals, but we'll have to do it ourselves. So we go, ready?
Oh.
But do call back if that hint kind of helps any.
I do
Give us
love
a
that
call.
answer you gave, though.
It was good.
We've lived that.
Hey, thank you, Elizabeth.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okie doke. Bye.
Okay, the number to call is 800-224-9090. Look, what is this? Look at this.
There you go.
Look. I hope the camera's catching that one.
There was a movie by that name not long ago with Clint Eastwood.
Ford Torino.
Yeah, it looks like a 69 maybe.
Wow.
And it's got side markers on it, so it's after 8 or later.
That vehicle
Looks
is
pretty strong, doesn't it?
beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
That
A
looks
gorgeous car.
That looks like it's stock. Sorry for our backs there for a second,
Yeah,
folks watching.
yeah, we did.
And it's gonna happen.
Yeah, now the Torino was made famous. What show?
Well, I can't tell you which show for sure, but I know we had a movie on it not long ago.
Well, Tom, a TV show with a Torino. And I might be wrong now. Was Starsky and Hutch, was that, am I wrong?
Guys, you're dating me, but I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a show.
Hey,
And I might be wrong on that.
boy,
I have to.
I can't remember. I know the show. I was there. I've been around long enough.
We
but I
have a
don't-
fact checker that will find out. We will see. But I do know that I love seeing stuff like that. That's what's great about being at a car show. You come out, you look at the beautiful cars, but also it brings back so many memories, either of something that you've done. Sometimes if you're a pretty wild driving teenager, it might bring back bad memories.
And you say things. I had one of those,
Yep.
or
Yeah.
I remember those, or I wished I didn't sell the one I had.
Uh-huh.
But still, somebody here and there still
one.
has one.
Yep.
Yeah, but it is a lot of fun. Now, we were talking about some of the standards that they have as far as when they're judging. Now, how many people on the average car, let's say one car comes in and they're judging this vehicle, does more than one judge look at it?
Yeah, we use certified judges, certified through the Mustang Club of America. They will have their judging sheets. Each car will be put in its class, but they'll all be judged against the same standard. Yeah, typically we'll have 2 judges per vehicle.
Okay.
That way we make sure there's as much consistency as possible. And then the judges that do a particular class, they do that entire class. So you don't have. So we try to be as consistent as possible between the classes and between the cars within that class.
That's the way there's no hanging chads.
Yeah, that's true.
We will not admit to anything like that at all.
No.
I will tell you that.
Although all results are final.
I've did some judges before, and I'm telling you, those guys are serious about those cars. I mean, they really want to win. Hey, Tom, we really appreciate you joining us.
No, you got a lot to do, but thanks for taking a few minutes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, well, thanks, guys, for being here, and to the listeners out there, come and join us today.
Yeah,
It's a
come
great
on down.
event.
Can't get any nicer than today.
Thanks, guys.
Green Mustang coming.
And
Another
that-
beautiful Mustang.
That's not green. That's green.
Green, that is green. We'll be right
All right.
back after this. More vehicles are coming in. I'm not sure if that went out just now. But we are here at 4333 Washington Road, Evans, Georgia, the CSRA Mustang and Ford show. A lot of beautiful cars starting to come in. They're lining up. We're live here, and of course those in the area can come by. But if you're not in this area, you can watch us live on Facebook, or you can watch it. You can, as you listen, we will also have it. We'll be describing some of the things that's going on. So don't worry. Just the main thing, join in. Also, you can give us a call, 800-224-9090. And we have a tech tip quiz laying on the table. So if someone knows the answer to that, that'll be good. And we have a guest here with us. We have Bo Perkins. And Bo is the chairman of the show that we have here. And he also has a couple of cars that I'm going to let him mention to you. Bo, welcome to the show.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
It's good to be here with y'all this morning out here at Gerald Jones Lincoln. Looking forward to this show today. Like we was talking there, I've got a 66 Mustang and a 2020 Mustang convertible out here. A lot of good-looking cars out here, and just looking for a good time today.
They are. Tell us a little bit about your journey with we'll start with the 66 model. To start with, what color is it and where's it at out there?
It's sitting on the front row, backed up against the Washington Road. It's by the Lincoln sign. It is a baby blue. We call it Arcadian blue with a white vinyl top. It is a fully loaded car when it was bought. It was power steering, power brakes, pony interior, center console. Just a 6-cylinder car. It's a Sprint, 200 Sprint 6-cylinder.
Now, is this one that you restored, or was it in great condition when you got it?
It was in good condition when I got it. I bought the car from original owner. So I'm the second owner on the car.
It's only had 2 owners since 1966.
That's it, and it is. It's got some dings on it. It's not perfect, but I've not restored it either.
Good.
So we're just trying to keep it as original as possible. I bought it for my wife, really. She says it's hers.
That's not original paint, is it?
No, it has been repainted
I couldn't
one time.
picture that because it's beautiful.
It has been repainted one time.
Yeah, unless it would have been in a dark room for the last 40 years.
The last 25 years it was with him, it stayed in the garage. It went out maybe, in 25 years, he told me he put 4,000 miles on it.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to show that one on the camera because it's behind the CSRA trailer.
Because he got here so early, he's beyond the next road it's come since then.
Yeah, but I can tell you, I'm looking at it now. It is just kind of a real light baby blue, and the hood's open on it right now. And if you could just imagine how beautiful the 66 Mustang looks anyway, and look at one that just even under the hood is perfectly clean. Every part of it, it's just a beautiful vehicle. That one looks like, looking at it from here, some kind of wire rim, special wheels or some.
It has the wire wheel hubcaps that come on it in 66.
Wow.
Yeah, and you don't leave that parked anywhere where you
stays
can't
in the
watch
garage
it.
locked
That's
up.
right. So how long have you had the car as second owner?
We bought the car in 2015.
Okay. So you've had a chance to really go through it.
Yes, I've done a lot of work mechanically to it. It sat so long that the parts had needed replaced and repaired, and it was leaking oil from the rear main seals, and it was old rope style seals. So all that's been upgraded to newer style gaskets. And
because cars, I've been guilty of letting the car sit too long, and they come back and they haunt you when you do that.
Yes, sir. They'll haunt you in a minute.
That stops working. It worked when I parked it. The car don't care. It stops working. That's it.
And it's hard on their transmissions too, believe it or not. I've had to rebuild the transmission in it.
You know what I mentioned to a lot of people that as far as car maintenance, that one of the things that you're gonna find that has in common with that you replace a lot of on a vehicle has to do with rubber, and that has to do with time. That has to do with mileage many times. Because if you think about it, you have your rear main seal. Well, those really were a rope seal where it wasn't completely rubber. But you have a lot of your gaskets have to do with rubber. You have your tires, you have your belts, you have your hoses. So many things that are made out of rubber sooner or later have to be replaced, even if they don't have that many miles on it.
Well, I had to redo the air conditioning hoses on that car. It did come with air conditioning.
That's what I wanted to know. You had AC too.
It does, and it works. So I did replace parts on it. Basically, I've just replaced what I had to keep it running and to make it right.
Yeah.
So
Period. Correct car.
You've got a stock car.
Yes.
That's the hardest thing.
Still got the 14-inch wheels on it.
Yeah, that's fine. But then if you feel like something needs to be a little jazzier, 2020.
The 2020 I have, yes. That's a 2020 convertible EcoBoost premium car.
Okay.
So it's got the 4-cylinder EcoBoost motor in it that's 310 horsepower. It's more powerful than what my old Fox bodies were that I had, you know. It's hard to believe out of a 4-cylinder. Technology is great. Computers, you can do a lot with them, especially tuning a vehicle.
And so much has happened in the recent years where there was a number of years where performance just lagged in cars because they were trying to fight pollution and so forth. But now it's been out for so long, those goals, that they now dovetail with technology that you can get economy, low emissions, and still plenty of power.
Yeah, you can get the best of all the worlds. Like you mentioned, very low emissions also.
Right.
And for instance, that vehicle, it had, just in the air conditioning system, my guess is it probably took close to 4 pounds of refrigerant inside the AC system, which sooner or later, if it leaks out or if something happens to it, that's going to end up in the atmosphere. Newer model cars have more like under 2 pounds and gets just as cold or colder. And also it's a newer type refrigerant that does less to the atmosphere. So you're doing so many things to help the environment. You're doing so many things to save money many times because better fuel mileage. But all of them started with vehicles just like that. They would get, each year they would do different things.
That's correct.
I was going to mention something. But one of the things that we do is we take phone calls on the show. So I'm going to get you to join in with us.
Okay.
On this
That's
call
right.
here. You didn't know we was going to put you to work, did you?
It's okay.
Okay. We have, let's see here, Todd. Todd, welcome to the C&C Auto Show, and what can we help you with?
This is Ken.
Yes. Oh, sorry about that. We might have to change
I got
your
to
name,
answer
so
for your
hold
tech
on.
tip quiz.
Oh, you're going to answer our tech tip quiz. Well, hold on. Let me
I'll give it a shot.
let
My
me put
best
you on
shot.
stage.
That's right. We're going to read it.
Okay, Robert had a great weekend planned. He left work early in Franklin, Tennessee on Friday. He got his canoe loaded on his 2020 Tahoe. He had planned to meet his friends a few hours away. Then his accountant called, said he had to sign some tax papers at his office in Nashville. He signed the papers. He got them signed, but it ended up costing him $1,000. Wasn't any tax penalty. The accountant didn't charge him extra, but it cost him $1,000. Okay, Chad, all eyes are on you. What is the answer to today's Tech Tip quiz?
All right. Is it possible that he didn't secure his vessel on his vehicle properly and it got damaged?
That's not it. But I'm gonna work with you a little bit. Are you willing to work with me on this?
Okay, we'll
All
give
right,
it a shot.
here's the deal. Okay, now what did he load on his Tahoe? I mentioned
Well, he probably had his boat, or I guess they call it a vessel, right?
Yeah, kayak. Yeah.
A kayak, they call it.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna work through this real quick. Now, what
He
happens if
didn't
it's
strap
accounted?
it on.
Well, what happens if his accountant was in a building that he had to park in the parking garage?
Oh, he had it in a garage, and he got damaged because the garage wasn't high enough to accommodate the boat and the car.
Let's find out. Hey, stay on the line, Mason's gonna get the information because we are all out of time. That is awesome.
It just made it under the
Congratulations.
wire. First hour in the bag.
Yes, it's time to pull this Mustang show into the gas station. We'll fill up and be back on the road shortly.
Gonna get
A
some.
big thank you to the CSRA Mustang Club for holding this event, and thank you to Gerald Jones Lincoln for allowing them to use a beautiful facility here to have it. And big thank you to Jim Pate. Big thank you to Mason Rogers. We'll be right back after this. And we do welcome you to the second half of the C&C Auto Show. I'm your host, Aaron Clements, and I did this last hour, but I want to do this again, and that is to wish my son Brad a happy birthday. He is just awesome. 2 weeks ago, I was on remote in Nashville. Last week, I was on remote at an outdoor Augusta, and that was over at Betty's Branch for the paddling race that they had over there. Great event. Lots of fun there also. Today, I'm live on remote at Gerald Jones Lincoln on Washington Road for the CSRA Mustang and Ford car show. And a beautiful time. The Fords are starting to come in. The show hadn't really, I guess it's just starting. But there's already a lot of Fords here. We're having a great time. I have co-host Jim Pate here with us.
Thank you.
He was on a road trip recently. So
that's right.
He has returned, and he is ready to help some
no
with
place
the
like
show.
home, yeah.
We always have a lot of fun when we're here. We are talking about and talking to different people about Mustangs and having a fantastic job. And want to mention real quickly that if you're in the area, come on out to Gerald Jones Lincoln here on Washington Road, and you can watch and walk around and look at these beautiful cars. If you're not in this area and you're listening online, you can see them on Facebook. And if you can't look online, you can listen and we'll describe what's going on. We have a guest here with us. We have Matt Hunter. And Matt has a special job. And I think I might be wrong, but he probably gets a lot of people try to butter up to him.
He's the head hammer.
He's the head judge. But Matt, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What's involved in judging one of these vehicles out here? And I'll say in advance, I know that these people take it serious. I've been a judge before, not on a more of a professional level or doing it as a head judge, just at smaller events, and they take that very seriously about winning these car shows because they spend so much time making the vehicles look good and do the things that need to be done. So what's involved? What do you look for when you're judging a car?
So to start off, you're right. They do take it seriously. They spend days cleaning their car, and then as you notice, people are out here still cleaning their cars.
Yes.
Hours before we start judging. So what's involved with judging is at this show we look for cleanliness. We're not looking for modifications or anything else. We're looking to see how clean you have gotten your car at the show.
Yeah.
So we're looking in your engine bay, in your wheels, inside your car, every nook and cranny. We're looking to see if you've gotten it clean.
Yeah. One of the things that I think about when they do that, there's so many people benefit from that because one, the owner of the car, they take a huge amount of pride in these vehicles. But when they bring it somewhere like this, it is such a beautiful thing to the community and for people that love cars, because if it wasn't for things like this, they would never have the opportunity to actually see a vehicle like the 66 Mustang over here or some of the other vehicles are there, or even some of the later model modified and see them close up. They wouldn't be able to do it.
And you're hitting on a great point. So I'm a certified judge with the Mustang Club of America. We have a certification program to have gold card judges and regular judges for our shows. And the reason that we judge cars is to better our presentation for everybody else. Mm-hmm. It's not to nitpick somebody's car or to go up to them and say, you didn't clean this or didn't clean that. It's so when you walk up to a car and you look at it, you're like, that is a beautiful specimen of a 67 Mustang, yeah, or a Fairlane or whatever they bring out, whether it's a 2010, a 2020 or a 67 or a 52, whatever. It's to help them get the best presentation of whatever their vehicle is.
And also when the younger kids come out, because some of those, again, if it wasn't for something like this, they would never have the opportunity to see some of those earlier model cars. I even see like a Model T over there? Or
yeah, it's a Model T. And so you talk about younger kids. We have a young Mustang Club member here who has a Fox body convertible over there, and he rebuilt that car to where it's at now. And he just did the Hot Rod Power Tour, and he shows that car, and he's cleaned it, and he's built that car from what it was. It had it painted, and that's exactly why he does it, because he was motivated by the people in this club, the way they clean their cars, they display their cars, and that's what brings more people into just what we do as a hobby.
And so when you judge a car and someone's some folks are driving here today and they don't care if they win or they don't. They're just coming for the good time and to be around other people. But the folks that are striving and they don't win, you can probably tell them, maybe you all automatically do, say, listen, if you want to do better, here's where you lost some points. Like grading a paper when you're in high school. You didn't get an A+. You got a B+, but here's where you made your shortfalls, and that way next time around they can cover those. Is that sort of what happens with you?
Absolutely. So we'll judge a car. There'll be usually it's a group, 2 or 3 people. They'll judge a car. They have a sheet that they base judging off in the different areas on the vehicle. We'll accumulate the points, figure out who wins in each of the categories. But after judging is over and they figure out the points, they'll go back with the owner and they'll basically let them know areas that they could improve on, and especially if it's somebody that's newer or there's an area that they could probably improve on, they'll give them tips. And hey, I noticed this, and to clean this you could do this, right? Like a lot of people ask, how do you clean your engine bay? And there's a million ways to clean your engine bay. Simple.
And some of them are the wrong way.
Some of them are the wrong way,
just
right?
Keep them out of trouble.
That
to
gives
keep
me
them
a
out of
chance
trouble.
to mention Behrman products with their engine cleaner.
Well,
they have a product that goes in and cleans.
Right.
Spray it on.
And some people want to just spray water all over their engine bay, and that's not necessarily the right way to do it. Sometimes you can put water in your engine bay, but it's how you do it as a technique. Everybody has a different product they like to use, so you don't necessarily tell people what product to use, but it's the technique of cleaning your engine bay or your convertible top, or how do you get into your rims, or just different areas, different types of products, but not the specific brand of product.
Matt, one of the things that we do on the show is we answer phone calls. So if it's, and you need to join in and be ready also to answer questions. So we're going to go to our caller, and we will go over to Ron. Ron, welcome to the C&C Auto Show. What can we help with today?
Morning, guys. I just had an adventure story I wanted to let you know about my Mustang. I owned several of them when I was a lot younger, fastbacks and coupes. But before I get started, let me just make a comment. I'm a big fan of the America's Funniest Home Videos. Why is it that a lot of people will get out of their vehicles without putting it in park?
Ron, you just mentioned something that gives me a chance to mention something about safety. I'm the safety person, and then once I mention this real quick, we'll probably need to take a break, so I'm gonna get you to hold on. So don't feel like I'm gonna eat up all the time. A guy at an automotive shop. I work with a lot of shops around the country, and unfortunately, one technician was working on a vehicle, and I don't know if it jumped into a gear, or he didn't have it in park, but either way, he was working on it. He was standing at the driver's door. Vehicle just started going backwards. Well, he tried to catch it. He tried to jump in the car, and of course, it ran over him. So it can be catastrophic. So definitely, if you get out of a vehicle, be sure it's in park. And I'm going to put you on hold just for a second, and we're going to be right back after this. And welcome back to the C&C Auto Show. I'm live on remote at Gerald Jones Lincoln for the CSRA Mustang and Ford Car Show. Co-host Jim Pate. He's got it all cranked up.
I'm in the drinker's seat over here today.
Yes. And we are talking with Ron in Apple. I'm going to bring Ron back with us because he was telling us about a Mustang that he had once had. Ron, welcome back to the show.
Hey, guys. It was back in 1977. A friend of mine and I decided to go on an adventure to go fishing up in Alaska. I was living in New Orleans at the time, and we left New Orleans out at about the 1st of August. And on the way up, we were stopping at state parks and all the big fishing areas. We both like fly fishing and spin cast fishing. And between Yellowstone and Babb, we got on the radio that the news that Elvis Presley had passed away. So the rest of the week, we were listening to Elvis Presley on the radio. Up on the Alcan Highway, my engine overheats, and it's a head gasket had gone out. Well, I had a mechanical background, and the outpost that's up there is mile 496 in British Columbia. At the time, it was run by a couple, Tim and Marilyn O'Rourke, and I was hired on as a mechanic in their shop. They had an airfield, they had a helicopter landing pad, they had everything.
Wow.
They produced their own electricity, and they allowed me to work in the shop to help pay for our room and board. And I sent off to Calgary for the parts for the Mustang. There's a 289, one of the best engines ever made. Replaced the parts, got back on the road about a week or so later, and didn't have another problem with it all the way back to Louisiana.
So you've got memories about a Mustang. Ron, that is so awesome.
Yeah,
great.
If it had been a few decades later, he could have dumped some K-Seal in there and been on his way.
That's
so
right.
awesome.
That's right.
Ron, you might be. We're going to be talking here with Mike Anchor here, but as we're talking in a few minutes, I'm going to be laying a tech tip quiz out on the table that you might be able to answer then. So stay tuned and be ready to call back in with the answer to our tech tip quiz.
I will, Aaron. Jim, y'all have a great day and make her safe.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you so
You
much,
helped make
Ron.
the show great. Thanks.
Okay, the number to call, 800-224-9090. And we have Mike Anchor here with us.
Yes, sir.
And Mike plays a part in the judging.
Correct.
And he also has a vehicle that he's going to tell us a little bit about. Tell us about, first tell us a little bit about the event so people will be fresh on that, and a little bit about the vehicle that you have here.
Okay. Well, I'm with the CSRA Mustang and Ford Club, and we're hosting a show out here at Gerald Jones Lincoln. We've got about, 50 cars maybe or more. I'm not real good in math, can't count.
Well, you can't see them all from here either.
We got a bunch of cars. We got Broncos. I think it's a Model A. A
I'd
Maverick.
say 50 or more than 50,
Yeah,
probably
we
more
got a
than
Maverick
50.
and a Fairlane, but my vehicle is a 93 GT, 5.0. I've had it since 1998. It's my baby. Her name is Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny, because
Is that with a J?
with a J.
Okay.
I love my car like Forrest loved Jenny, so that's why I named her Jenny. So anyway, yeah, but we just have fun, and we got some, like I said, nice cars on display, and like for y'all to come out. Our show is going to benefit the Rebecca Aaron Moon Foundation, so any money we make from this show goes to our foundation that helps children with childhood cancer.
Now, with that, where is your car?
Well, it's on the other side of this trailer, so you can't really see it.
All right. And what color is it?
It's blue with titanium on the bottom.
Blue titanium. Oh, I bet that is beautiful.
I
I'm
like
going to have
it.
to go look at that
I
one.
like it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I imagine you do. You got a second for us to lay a tech tip quiz out on the table?
I do. I probably won't be able to answer it, but
Well, you won't have to.
oh, I
because
know that answer.
Ron has said he was going to call back.
Yeah, I figured
But
you know this one.
Here we go. What was the date that the first Mustang was sold, and how many were sold on the first day? If someone knows the answer to today's Tech Tip Quiz, you can call in and you will be the winner. And of course, Mason puts together a little prize package there. It could consist of either a coffee mug or a shirt or other little items in there, but it's always kind of huge.
That's right.
Yeah, but the big deal is that when you win, you get a lot of endorsements for companies like Nikki or Undergarment. One of those.
You almost have to go into hiding.
But yeah, definitely call in, answer the Tech Tip Quiz. What was the date of the first Mustang that was sold, and how many were sold on the first day? If you know the answer, give us a call.
So everybody's running through the Google machine
Well,
right
that's
now.
that's kind of a trick question right there, but I won't give it
That's
away.
right, he
but,
knows.
yeah, it's kind of a trick
You
question.
can help judge. You can
I'll
help
explain
judge
to
the
you
answer.
later.
All right.
I'll explain to you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
And then you can comment on the answer when we
Okay.
get it.
That's right.
Okay.
And okay, now these vehicles are supposed to be different classes that they're in,
Correct.
and the judges will pick a winner in each class. Now you will be helping the judges to do different things.
Correct.
Now, what are some of the things that you look for? What helps you to determine your favorite or the one that stands out the most?
Well, the thing about these shows is you're competing against a standard. You're not competing against another car. So we're judging them today on cleanliness, workmanship, and just the overall quality of the car.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to be original. We just judge it on the cleanliness and the workmanship and the overall condition.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's clean and all the parts fit together, you pretty much can get an award.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring almost any one of mine over now. I
There
know
you
how
go.
to clean a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, now this joker Jim Pate here, he could clean a car. I guarantee you.
Well, I'll leave you mine. You can take it home and take care of it for me.
Yeah.
It'll be a pleasure. I get to drive it.
There you go. You can drive it. I'll give you the keys.
At C&C Automotive, we have we work on his car every now and then if he needs certain maintenance work that he don't do. He does a lot of stuff himself, which is fantastic. But we have a special fender cover for him.
That's right.
Special.
Personalized.
Oh.
Hey, I'm gonna lay the tech tip quiz out real quick. We do have one caller in
So
with
we
the
might-
possible answer.
We might have to hang on to them.
What was the date of the first Mustang that was sold and how many were sold? We'll be right back.
Don't go away.
After these messages. That's right. Don't go away. And we do welcome you back to the C&C Auto Show. We are here at Gerald Jones, Lincoln, 4333 Washington Road. And that's for those that are in this area and can come out. They're welcome to come out and see the car show. It runs till about 4 o'clock today. If you are not in this area and you're listening from somewhere else, you can go to Facebook Live, see the show live, and see some of the cars behind us. We have I'm going to guess it, somewhere between 50 and 75 Mustangs and other vehicles are back there having an absolutely fantastic time. And we do have a tech tip quiz laying on the table. And I will be going to that caller very shortly. I got to bring a computer back up because it went down just for a second. So, in the meantime, we have a guest here, Billy Rogers. Billy is going to tell us a little bit about a vehicle that he has here.
It's a 2003 zinc yellow Mark I Mustang. It's got the 32 valve 4.6 engine in it, automatic. It's an unrestored car with 33,000 actual miles. I show it in unrestored at the MCA national shows. And
oh, you've been to some of the national shows with this vehicle then?
yes, sir. It's
And what color is it?
zinc yellow.
And where is it out there?
It's parked out on the front row back yonder.
Another early arriver. He's beyond another couple
Oh,
of rows.
look at that vehicle. We're
It's-
starting to fill up another row here. Look, no.
It's right, from us. It's right straight across in front of that pit thing, pit. But it's a decent car. I mean, it's only gotten gold in all the shows. I mean, it's
How long have you been in the club?
since '96.
Wow.
a long
I
time.
started off with a '66 Mustang coupe. Showed it till 2000. I sold it in '99. Sold it in '99. I showed a '94 GT after that, and then I bought this car. I've owned 3 Mustang 2s. Sold them all. I had a Mustang Cobra 2 that didn't have 51,000 original miles on it. It was an unrestored car. It was a decent car. But I've been doing it since '96. Enjoy it. Meet some of the greatest people in the world showing cars. You just don't run up on bad people in this car.
Billy,
business.
have you ever done something that I've done many times, I guess? Look back and you're talking about some of the cars that you've had and think about one. I sure wish I wouldn't have sold that one.
Every one I've sold.
And Billy, one of the things that as you're talking here, one of the things I think that everyone out here has in common, people's walking around looking at these cars, they're sitting beside their cars. They all love cars. That's the main thing that they all share, is they just enjoy looking at cars.
Yes, sir, they do, and they just it's, and everybody, we all show against each other, you know, at every show, but we help each other too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if we know a better way of cleaning a car or something, we pass it on to somebody else. I mean, it's.
Okay, Billy, one of the things that we do during the show is we take callers. So if it's okay, I'm going to put a caller on the line, and you're going to help answer any questions. And we are going to go over here to
John.
Got some more people out here.
John. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay, well, we got John. Welcome to the C&C Auto Show. What can we help with? Oh, detective quiz. Okay, hold on. Let me read that real quick for you. That'd be, what was the date that the first Mustang was sold, and how many were sold on the first day? And what is the answer to today's Oh, hold on. Ah, good. I almost missed that. And the person who blows that trumpet, he's in the union, and I would get in terrible trouble if I did the tip quiz and he did not get the chance to blow the horn. His name is Blue. So what is the answer to today's tip quiz?
Thank you. Oh, and if you haven't registered yet, come on up to our red tent up here. Get registered for the show.
Okay, hold on one second. We're going to have to get you to say that again. And, okay, you're jumbling up just a little bit, so try it one more time.
Okay, the date is April 16th, 1964, and there were 22,000 Mustangs sold that day.
All right, and you are the winner. Hold on. Let's see if the crowd agrees.
Very much.
Yes, the crowd is going crazy. They're going wild. All right. On April the 17th, 1964, people attacked the Ford showroom. Everyone was in a frenzy to be one of the first to own the Mustang. Ford sold over 22,000 Mustangs on the first day, and by the end of the year, Ford had sold 263,434. Hold on, I got to look at this. Whatever it is. Oh, what is that?
That's one of them government cars.
Ford had so Mustang's first anniversary, April 17th, 1965. Ford had sold 418,812 Mustang, and the Mustang had made a name for itself and was here to stay. And as an official Tech Tip Quiz winner, you will get endorsements from, well, first you'll get the prize package, but then you'll get endorsements from Nikki and Undergarment. So just stay on the line, and our producer, Mason Rogers, will be picking up and getting you some information.
Did you have something else, John, about your rendezvous? I see in the note sheet here.
Nope, not me.
Yeah, Ron, we might not be able to hear your question. The thing is not too good, so if you would.
The audio is really off.
Yeah, the audio's bad because we're not able to hear it. So I'm going to return you back over to the producer. And we are still talking with Billy. Billy, you mentioned you were talking a little bit about the 2003 Mach 1 that you have. What type work have you done to that vehicle since you've owned it?
You just use McGuire's wax on it. That's it. I have not done anything to it.
So these elbows have done some work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that would be the elbow grease. A lot of waxing, a lot of cleaning.
I wax it 2 or 3 times a year.
Uh-huh.
And, I put it up on the lift, wash the bottom side.
Now, when
everything.
you use McGuire's, you use a cleaner wax or that paste wax Carnauba?
I use a cleaner wax, and then I come back with a extreme McGuire's and put on it. and it just does a great job. Everything McGuire's does an excellent job.
Yeah, just little different methods
Yes,
between the
sir.
various
Yes, sir.
finish treatments. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you, as far as preparation for a show like this, do you keep your car in a garage where you don't have to do that much before the event comes up, or do you do anything special before this?
Coming to a show like today, probably 3 or 4 hours cleaning before this show. If I'm going to a national show, probably 2 to 3 weeks of cleaning it. I put it up on, like I said, put it up on the lift. I wash up under it, wash the engine, wash everything on it. I try to get it clean.
Now, you mentioned that you've had several Mustangs. How, if a person was thinking about getting a Mustang and getting involved in being in car shows and doing different things, what would be a good start that they would make as far as doing that?
Well, the best thing to do is if you can find someone that you know that's wanting to sell a car that you know something about. That's the best way to do it, is buy it from them, because if
it's got some history in it.
Yes, sir. If you go out and get one that's already been restored and everything, you don't know what's up under it.
Yeah.
People can make them look good till you get them home, and then
it might be a box of chocolate. Then.
Right. But it's just, and people come to me all the time. What is my Mustang worth? I tell them right quick, it's worth what somebody will pay you for it.
Yeah.
Because what I would give, say $10,000 for, you might not give $1,000 for it.
Yeah, and plus, if you plan to keep it, it really don't matter.
Exactly.
It depends on how much enjoyment that it gives you. And Jim was just showing me his Lincoln that he has over here. He keeps it spotless. I bet you couldn't buy that if you wanted to. It really don't matter what price it is, because he wouldn't sell it.
That's it. I mean, and it's, us that show cars, we take pride in our cars.
You can tell.
They just like kids to us. I mean.
Hey, Billy, I can't believe the segment's already gone. Thank you very much for being here, and I'm going to go be looking at your 2003 Mach 1. And
hope you get some more gold today.
Thank you for being here. And we do welcome you back to the C&C Auto Show. We are live on a remote here at Gerald Jones Lincoln, 4333 Washington Road, and we are with the CSRA Mustang Car Show. There are huge number of absolutely beautiful Ford Mustangs and a lot of other Ford products here, and they are they'll be doing the judging very soon. These cars are all, just spotless that are sitting around. It's absolutely beautiful. And this is kind of a great surprise, because we have Dick Nash, who's the general sales manager here at Gerald Jones Lincoln. And they have allowed this Mustang Car Club to have this show in front of their beautiful facility that they have here. And I was walking around looking at it, and it looks, absolutely beautiful already. And Dick's talking about they were going to be doing some more. Dick, welcome to the C&C Auto Show.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for being here. You mentioned that they've done the Mustang and car show here before. Is that correct?
That's right. Before March 1st, we were Fairway Ford, and we are a sponsor and affiliate with the Mustang Club and have been for years. So we've done many shows here and sponsored many of their events.
Yeah. Well, one thing I know for sure with it, saying Gerald Jones up at the top, this place is going to look good whatever they do. There's no doubt in my mind.
A phenomenal organization. We are proud that we're affiliated with them, and can't wait to do a lot of things.
Yeah, they do a beautiful job on the things that they do, and just a wonderful company. And also very nice of them to continue the tradition of having the Mustangs out here to do the things that they're doing as far as the car show. And I got to ask you this question real quickly, though. Is this an exciting time in the automotive industry as far as for the cars that are selling with all the technology that's on the cars now, with the cameras, the ADAS system, the pretty much getting closer and closer to driverless. And all of the, my sister said she was riding down the road the other day and a lady next to her was knitting. So it's, with all of these things happening, is this a really exciting time for you?
It is, really. I mean, if you look out here at the show, you see so many older cars, and you see the difference in the technology, how it's evolved to nowadays with all the electric vehicles, and again, all the stuff that's in the vehicles. There's a Fairlane, a 55, I believe, Fairlane out there that's got an old engine where you can get inside the engine compartment and work on the vehicle. You can't do that anymore, but with all the technology now, it's coming back with the times.
Well, I've been working on cars a long time, and one thing I've discovered is that, and this happens with even the as the price of the cars are higher, I discovered that people with a lot of money don't like to see their engine.
No, they don't. That's what you're here for.
Yeah, they dress it out really, really nice. But cars are just beautiful under the hood now, the way they're manufactured. Jim, Dick's going to be running in just a second. Did you have any questions you want to ask Dick?
All I can tell you is probably the cleanest car here is in that showroom.
Yeah.
But you're not in the show.
No, I'm not.
So
that's a shame.
That's it.
Yeah. What type vehicles do they have in the showroom?
We've got a Lincoln Corsair, a Lincoln Navigator, a Lincoln Aviator. I think that's it for now.
Oh, that is beautiful.
They're beautiful vehicles.
Yeah. Want to encourage everybody. The Mustang Car Show is going on right here at Gerald Jones Lincoln, and that is on 4333 Washington Road. You can also watch us live on Facebook. And I see a bloodmobile over there. Okay, that's a good thing. I like that. Okay, so you can come visit the show. Evidently, you can give blood while you're here.
Super.
Yeah, so all of that's really good. And watch us live on Facebook. And we are going to be getting another guest ready. Dick, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much for
Thanks
coming
for
out.
hospitality.
We appreciate it. Okay, and Jim is going to be getting our next guest all set up, and in the meantime, I was going to be mentioning a couple of things about some of the Mustangs. For instance, what's the current generation of the Ford Mustang? What's it called? And of course, that would I would consider that called the S550 would be what I would consider calling that. And also, I want to mention some of my favorite items that we have there, and that would be has to do with horsepower. That Ford Mustang GT, as far as the horsepower that it produced, was 700 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I might be off on that a little bit, but I do know that it has a lot of horsepower. And we are bringing Stacy Huckabee up here. Stacy, welcome to the C&C Auto Show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you being here. What type vehicle do you have here today?
I've got a 97 Cobra convertible with 37,000 miles.
Oh, wow. 37,000 miles. That's amazing. Did you, how long have you had the vehicle?
Next month will be 16 years. I bought it with 19,900 something miles on it.
That's a nice starting point.
Yeah.
And when you get it so fresh like that, it's a lot easier to have a nice car because it comes to you so young like that. It's tough when you get one with a lot of miles and you're trying to bring it back. Yeah.
So one of the things that when you've had a car that long, it's more than just a car. Do you have does that car hold a lot of sentimental value for you as far as being around so long? It has to be part of a lot of your memories that you've had through the years.
Oh yeah, it's been to Virginia and Florida several times to all them MCA shows. And it's kind of like part of the family now.
What's your most memorable experience that you've had with that car involved, or Mustangs in general?
I guess other than the trophies and the shows, just a thumbs up and you get going down the road.
So you'll be riding down the road and next to somebody and they'll give you the thumbs up.
Yes, it's usually from all Mustang drivers.
Yeah, other Ford Mustang owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camaraderie.
Yeah.
Well, you know something I seen the other week that I gave somebody. I don't. give thumbs up all the time because I see a lot of different cars. But I couldn't help it. The other day I was just right down the road, and it was something like a 69 Oldsmobile 4-door that was absolutely clean. I mean, even looking at it, really cars that you never would have thought would have been special are now special to see them. We, Stacy, we really do appreciate you being here. We done run out of time here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's time to pull this Mustang show into the garage. It's been a lot of fun. A big thank you to the CSRA Mustang Club for holding this event. Thank you to Gerald Jones Lincoln for allowing them to be here. And we want to say thank you to Jim Pate, our co-host.
Always
Jim,
fun.
Thank you. And our producer, Mason Rogers. We also have Robert Melendez over here. He's doing the cameras, making all that happen. And we will see you next week with more of the C&C Auto Show.